Hey gamers, Tony here from the Smartphone Nation, back with another iOS app review, and today I'm taking a look at the game Blitz Brigade, developed and published by Gameloft. It's a freemium title in the App Store you can download today for, you guessed it, free. Well, before we get started, I do want to mention that all this footage has been recorded using the Hauppauge HD PVR2 and my iPhone 5. Now, we all know Gameloft is famous for bringing some movie-based tie-in titles as well as some blockbuster titles to the iOS and Android platforms, and Blitz Brigade is no different. Similar to the way that Modern Combat modeled itself after Call of Duty, Blitz Brigade models itself after the Team Fortress 2 model from Valve. And so this is an online multiplayer shooter. It's in the first-person shooter format. And even though there is a single-player training missions mode, you still need to be online signed into your Gameloft Live account to play it. Speaking on the training missions, you do complete over 120 unique missions in the training mode, and it kind of helps you to learn to master different skills. It's kind of wave-based combat, and I really did enjoy what I played of the training missions, and I'll continue playing them over this next week. I've spent the weekend playing the game, and so far I've had a really good time, even though it's part of the freemium model. Now, the online mode pits up to 12 players battling each other at the same time over 5 different classes. Some you can start with, and other ones you have to unlock down the road. The 5 classes are Soldier, Gunner, Medic, Sniper, and Stealth. And then there's 2 different online game modes over the course of some different maps. The first online game mode is Team Deathmatch, self-explanatory, we've all played that before. And then the other style of game mode is Domination, which is a multi-point kind of capture the flag and hold the territory type of thing. There are over 100 weapons in the game, different weapons for different classes, and it could take forever and lots of money to unlock the weapons. There are also taunts and some voice chats in the game as well. And so I've had several days to play with this now, and I've gotten a review copy from Gameloft even though it was free. And so I'm ready to give my thoughts and my opinions on this game. So the first thing we obviously need to talk about is the freemium model. So Gameloft has completely transitioned over the past couple of years from being, premium games that are $5, $6, $7, $8, $9 down to the freemium model. And because they develop such big games with a big development team and all those things, their freemium model is quite unbalanced. I really haven't played a Gameloft game that has been super balanced on the freemium end yet. And so that means that anything in the game, from repairing your weapons, healing your character, upgrading weapons, doubling your XP, all that stuff can be paid for. And so before you stop watching the review and get frustrated, please hear me out on this one, because I want to talk about, since we have all these companies creating these freemium model games, how do we still have fun with them? How do we still get the best of our experience out of them? And so there's a couple points I want to share with you there. So going into the game, know that up front, that you can spend tons of money, hundreds of dollars on this game if you want to. Everything kind of costs money. There are ways, to earn some in-game currency to get some upgrades. And one of the things I like about the first-person shooter model is you might be able to pay to get a bunch of different things and unlock different things, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win, because we all know first-person shooters rely heavily on skill. Just like a good Halo or Call of Duty player, they can have great weapons and all those things, but unless they have skill, they're not going to be able to compete and be good. And that applies to Blitz Brigade as well. So jumping into the game, here's what I like and don't like, knowing the freemium models out of the way, a little bit of background about the game. So let's go ahead and jump in. First of all, what I don't like, obviously, is the freemium thing, but yeah, I've already talked about that. The other thing I don't like, the other big thing I don't like about this game is that it needs an upgrade of the servers to have better connectivity issues. I never had connectivity problems when I was inside of a game, but just getting into a game can sometimes be frustrating, because I know there's thousands and thousands of players playing this game, and I had connection problems on my iPhone 5, which I should never have, across 3 different Wi-Fi networks. And so I tried it at my mom's house when I was there for Mother's Day, tried it at my house, tried it at the local coffee shop, tried it at a couple other places. Had the same issue connecting. It would take 5 to 10 minutes to get into a game, but when I finally got into a game, was totally worth the experience. So those are the big things I don't like, the freemium model and the connectivity issues, and really they both can be fixed. The things I love about this game are, I love the graphics. It's cartoony. It reminds you a lot of Team Fortress 2. You play Axis versus Allies. the graphics are really good, and Gameloft nailed these with the development team. The second thing I like is the control scheme. There's multiple different control schemes, so you're going to find something you want to use. If you like using the gyroscope, all those things, you're going to find something you want to use. But to be honest, I like the default touch method. It's absolutely amazing. It's really fun, and now remember, being a touchscreen game, obviously there's going to be some finicky things, but I've played almost every first-person shooter for iOS platforms since release, and this one really does a great job. The only one, I forget the game that I reviewed, Trigger Fist, is the only one that I think has had better controls so far. Gameloft did a really good job with the default controls, and it makes it really fun experience. And this game is just pure all-out fun. Every game mode has been great. I've met some new friends through the things, through the online Gameloft Live account. I've met and got to have discussions with voice chats, and it's been a really great experience. You can even play games with your friends and bring in some people that you don't know as well. And overall, I'm going to give this a high rating and recommend that you at least give it a shot, because even though it's freemium and there's lots of ways to pay, it's a really fun game, and they did a really good job designing it. The last thing I want to talk about is how to have fun with the freemium model. So you've heard Rich and I complain about this a whole lot. You know, it's something that's something the game industry is facing, and so I go about it with a different perspective, and it's something I've been challenging myself to practice here. First of all, I would normally pay $7 or $8 for a game like this from Gameloft, and so now that it's free, I have to be okay with spending $7 or $8 to make some upgrades. And so go about it with that attitude. Just because it's free, don't expect everything for free. But what would you normally pay for a game like this? I would pay $7 or $8. And so I'm willing to spend that much. Also, look for ways to get free points. There's some free offers in this game. You can get some in-game currency from just simply watching some game trailers. So make sure you clean those up. Always check for updates, because you never know when they're going to change the model or if it could get better or worse. And so always look for updates. And then just enjoy playing the game. Since this game does require skill, I'm decently skilled in a first-person shooter. I can actually go in and the other person I'm playing against might have 2 or 3 weapon upgrades higher than me, but I might have better skill as a first-person shooter. And so far I've been playing it 4 days straight and haven't had any issues staying competitive, having fun, and winning a lot of matches. So think about those things when you go into a free-to-play game like this. How can I still have fun? How can I spend a minimal amount of money? And I will recommend the first thing, if you're going to buy anything, buy the $1.99 Jewel package, because any purchase gives you permanent, for the rest of the time you play, 50% increased money earning and 50% increased XP. So you can actually do that. It's called a VIP. And by buying that first Jewel pack, now I'm a VIP in the game, which means I can actually you know, double up on all my points the rest of the time. And so I was actually able to only spend $1.99. That'll probably be all the money I spend, and still stay pretty competitive and even do some early on upgrades. So sorry about all that, but I felt like I needed to say it, and this was the perfect game to say it. And this has been Tony from Smartphone Nation. Make sure you check out Rich from Review Tech USA and my personal channel, Classic Elite. Thanks so much for watching, sticking around for the long review. Download Blitz Brigade, add me. I'm CL337 on Gameloft Live. I'd love to play with you. Have a great day.